Here we are back in the world of Final Fantasy VIII. We are back on the southern continent, the central continent, and the reason why is because we have to make a return back to the home of the sorceress, the old orphan. Squall had a memory going back, received a memory from Elon, sending him back in time during the last episode to another time point in Laguna's life. And Squall has this idea that if he goes and finds her, communicates to her that he needs to be able to go and see back what had happened to Rinoa, see why she's unconscious, then perhaps he can do something to change the past. That despite the fact that she communicated quite clearly that such a thing was impossible, he needs to go and try it anyway. But of course, he needs to go and find her first, because she broke contact with him, and now he needs to meet up with her face to face. Okay. The problem was that she was taken, not prisoner, but under the protection of the White Seas some time ago, back in Disc 2. And in order to find her, we need to go... Oh, there was a magazine on the floor. Oh. We need to go and find this ship. Now, obviously, they were protecting her from the sorceress, who was, at the time, Sorceress Ida. They want to go and... So if they want to go and protect her from the sorceress, which basically trained them as their leader, they need to go and hide from her. So she doesn't know exactly where they are, although she does know something about them and that they have taken a liking to this continent. So the best information she can give us is that they would have docked their ship or anchored their ship somewhere in an inlet around this continent. So we need to go and look for them. Now it does seem kind of stupid that Squall knows very well that Ellen said that she could not send a person back in time to into the head of a person that she doesn't know. She doesn't know that Squall knows this. She also quite clearly stated that she has tried repeatedly and the past could not be changed. Now exactly what about the past she wanted to change has been kind of neglected up until recently, when she found out that that Elon wants to go and send Squall back in the Laguna's head in order to convince him that he needs to return back to Windhill because the girl that he had left behind there was pregnant when he left, and she had a baby, and she died before he ever got a chance to return there. And she wants to go and change that. So, she's eventually come to the conclusion, came to that conclusion in the last episode, that it wasn't possible to change the past. No matter what she did, it wasn't going to work. Now, why would Squall, after hearing all this information, says what he's trying to do now is a lost cause? Is he trying to go and find her now? And I think it's just because he's grown desperate. He needs to find some way of figuring out what's wrong with Rinoa, and he's not, even though he knows it's not true, it's sort of like some lost hope that he's desperately clinging on to. Because despite the fact that he is coming across with the majority of the game as rather this antisocial guy who doesn't care about what other people think and all that kind of stuff. And even one of the last conversations he had with Rinoa was one where she's obviously infatuated with him, and everyone's trying to hook the two of them up, and he's like not playing that game. He still has he's not an inhuman robot. He does have emotions, but he's just hiding them. And the fact that she's unconscious right now, I'm not exactly sure where the ship is. That's why I've taken so long to find it. Despite the fact that he's trying very hard to come across as a cold and callous bastard, he's not. He isn't. And when when she became unconscious and he feels helpless and unable to do anything, he's not able to sort of hold that facade up right now. And he's trying whatever he can, whatever desperate means he can, trying to find a way to wake her up. Didn't mean to fall in the water there. But the ship might be around here somewhere, so not that big a deal. Okay, if I don't find it within the next minute or so, I'm gonna go and cut the camera off and then meet you back here once I have found the seed ship. Alright. Okay, there it is. Just get over there and start this. Oh, well, that went over well. Well, let's see if we can convince anybody otherwise. Now, these guys were seeds that were under the control of Sorcerer Sita, and obviously they have a very different. I imagine they exist with the same function, but they have a very different face to the way that they run things. For example, the seeds that our main characters are a part of function as a mercenary group going around and fighting battles for money. And that is more or less just a function of them gaining the resources they need, the capital to continue to exist. Where these guys, I'm not sure where they get their capital from, but they seem to exist without that. There's also the mercenary angle for the Malam Garden seeds is more of a sort of functions as a facade, like a legitimate front for their existence, whereas people look at the seeds and go, oh, they're the mercenaries, not, oh, those are the guys that fight the sorcerers. Hey, these idiots. Oh, my God. Okay. She's not even here. Oh, gee, she's not even here. She was picked up by some Nestor soldiers. We haven't seen any of them since the flashback that we saw a while ago. Back in Disc 1? Okay. Ah, some children. Aw, damn. Well, Just when we thought we might be able to find even the slightest glimmer of hope, that's dashed by the fact that Ellen wasn't even on the ship.